If one of the goals of the AFL is to make sure that people keep talking about the game even when the season is well and truly over, then they've had a big week. The AFL has had a seriously big week because there's been nothing but talk. Our man who's done it all year for us is Alex Caiafa, and he joins us on TheInformer. I wasn't kidding, it's been a week, nearly 2 weeks of this, and where are we now? Who's gone where and who's likely to come here?
Yeah, there's been some hard negotiations over the weekend and especially in the past couple of days, but we've finally got some movement now. We've finally got a fair few deals
names
done.
Or interesting names?
Yeah, we've got some interesting names. So we'll start off on the trade front.
Okay.
Just a few minutes ago, it was announced that Adam Saad has been confirmed from Essendon to Carlton. So Essendon gets pick 8 and pick 81 from the Blues, and the Blues get Saad 48 and 78 from the Bombers.
So we've got a Bomber who's now moved across town, and he becomes a Navy Blue.
Yeah.
Will he be the sort of recruit that the club needs?
I think he is. Carlton have really lacked a line breaker of his ability that's just quick and able to just, set up play from the back line. They haven't had that since a guy by the name of Chris Yarran, which was, just over 8-9 years ago. So I think he's going to be a very handy get for the Blues.
The ingredient you speak of is speed.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going.
Yep, so we've got another deal which has seen Sydney's Alir is going to Port Adelaide for a future second round pick, which is going to be a really, really good get for the power down back or,
So Hinkley would be smiling at the moment with this deal going through?
I think he would be. It's just another big body to add to their
squad.
Which is going to be very good for them.
Okay.
Carlton did another deal. They've got Lockie Fogarty from Geelong. He comes to the Blues along with pick 38, and Geelong gets pick 30 and 51.
Mid-sized player.
Yep.
Who can play midfield or forward, huh?
Yep. There's
Okay,
another one there.
A lot of talk about Geelong. Have they done some good business the other way?
Well, not as of yet, but they are in pretty decent talks with GWS over obviously Jeremy Cameron. I think that'll get done probably in the last couple of hours, I'd say.
So this is to shore up Dangerfield, to give him the sort of support he needs, just as Carlton is doing the same sort of thing to provide support for Cripsy and co.
Yeah, well, Geelong are in win now mode. They're just gathering, the whole bunch of experienced stars, and they're going for it.
Circling as it tends to do at this time of the year to pick up sizable prizes. Any talk out of Hawthorn?
They've only really picked up Kyle Hartigan from Adelaide, just to shore up their back line a little bit after Stratton and Frawley have retired.
Right.
But apart from that, they've sort of been very quiet this trade period, which has been a bit of a
maybe
surprise.
there's a long line they're fishing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Bulldogs, because there's been an awful lot of to and fro, especially over the last few days.
Yep. So there's been consistent talks about Dunkley getting to the Bombers. The Bulldogs are very hell-bent. They want 2 first-round picks for Dunkley, and given he's a contracted player...
This time last week they said, we don't want to talk.
Yeah.
So what's happened? What's changed?
They've changed their stance. I think they're well aware that, obviously Dunkley's requested a trade to the Bombers, so that's made things, a little bit touch and go there. But the Bulldogs are hell-bent. They want 2 firsts for him, and if they don't get it, he'll likely stay at the Bulldogs. I think eventually Essendon will cave into it, but... that's going to be an interesting development. And another one for the Bulldogs is if they do lose Dunkley, which seems more likely than not, they're in the news for Adam Treloar from Collingwood.
Hang on. The last time I heard anything about Adam Treloar, it was from the Collingwood Football Club. They said he was a required player, he's a star, he's on a seriously huge package. The only question was that how would he cope this year with his wife, who is also a professional or elite athlete, contracted to go and play in Queensland. That was going to be a bit awkward. Suddenly, he's left the club.
Yeah, well...
Wow.
Well, I mean, he hasn't left yet, but the reports coming out aren't looking too good for Collingwood and Treloar, and it's messy.
What does this mean for morale at the Collingwood Football Club if suddenly you're shopping players around who are some of the most expensive and some of the best credentialed players in your club?
Yeah, it's looking a bit messy, and it comes back to the list manager as well, with offering these big bucks to all these players and knowing that they've got other deals that they need done too.
Is De Goey going to stay, or is he going to go?
Well, I think that's obviously why they want Treloar, and now it appears Jaden Stevenson as well gone, so then they can afford to go. So yeah, it's a bit troubling times at the Pies at the moment.
One of the clubs that normally is pretty busy at this time of the year are the Swans. Have you heard anything about the Swans? Or have they been very quiet?
Yeah, no, they've been very quiet. I think they're still sticking with the youth approach. They've been, besides the Aaliyah deal, and they're open to exploring a trade for one of their midfielders, George Hewitt. Apart from that, it's been pretty quiet for them.
Lions, they've done the big deal, of course, with Essendon already.
Yep.
Anything else?
They got Nakia Cockatoo from Geelong, so another younger sort of player. He's been really troubled with injuries, unfortunately, Cockatoo. But if he can get healthy, he's an exceptional talent.
And I'm thinking the Lions coach, senior coach, has a great way with young men. Might be able to lift him and nurse him through this initial period of getting back to play really fit, and that would make a difference, wouldn't it?
Well, Brisbane had some, past experience with a Geelong youngster in Lincoln McCarthy. He was very injury prone as well, and he's come to the Lions and been a pretty key pillar in that forward line. So it could be
the warmer weather.
Yeah, it could be.
Eagles? Anything out of the Eagles or the Dockers?
No, not really. No, they've been pretty quiet as well. The Saints have been in the news.
Ooh, okay.
They're expected to get Jack Higgins from Richmond. I'm expecting that to get done
today. They've got Crouch?
Yep, they've got Crouch now. Adelaide gets pick 23 compensation for that. And they've also picked up Sean McKernan from Essendon as a free agent.
Okay, now is McKernan a brother or a cousin or a nephew of the McKernan that once played for North and also played for Carlton?
I think he's related somehow.
I'm testing you.
Oh, that's hit me hard. I think he's a cousin.
Free agency is going to finish when?
That's finished already. That finished on Friday.
So all these deals that we're talking about were in the wind and they've been done or just about to be done.
Yep.
All right. So what's next? The draft.
Yeah, we've got the draft in December. So we'll see a few surprises there. I think it's been reported plenty of times that it's going to be a bit of a compromised draft, given there was no junior footy and all that this year. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with a few of these young boys. So it's going to be feels like it's going to be a bit of a hit and miss.
Well, maybe
period.
The scouts will actually earn their money this year.
They will.
Alex Caiafa giving us a lowdown on what's been happening in the AFL. And as I said, the football's over, but there's been a lot of skirmishes on the sidelines. Back with more next week. Alex Caiafa, thank you, mate.